Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to my studio. My name's Dave Carroll, and it's my pleasure to be here for a concert in the studio. It's called Just a Hint of Christmas. Not too much, just a hint. And some housekeeping items. First, we want to acknowledge and say thank you. We have a sponsor tonight, Earl from the Mortgage Group, TMG. He asked if he could sponsor the show tonight and make a donation that we could do something to my favorite charity. And so he's generously offered $500 that I'm going to use for Metro Turning Point. It's an organization in town that supports homeless men, and it's a shelter, sort of their last stop. I've done some things with them before, and I've become really good friends, actually, with the executive director, Linda Wilson, at the organization. So I know a fair bit about it, and I know that there's always a need, and it never goes away. And so especially this time of year, I'm going to take some of that money and use it to, there's a program. My mom and dad did this just last month, and they bought groceries and they cooked dinner for the men at Metro Turning Point, and they brought it down and they served them dinner for one night. So that'll probably cost around $200 or so, and we'll buy some groceries, and our family will cook a meal for the boys, and we'll bring it down probably in the new year. And the rest of the money I'm going to give to Feed Nova Scotia. So it's an important time of year to think about other people. And so that's thank you to the Mortgage Group and to Earl for being generous in that way and making that possible. Nova Scotia Buzz is also streaming this tonight. They have 50,000 followers, and I don't know how many are going to watch it, but Patrick O'Neill has generously made this concert available to those people if they choose to tune in. So if that's where you're watching this tonight, welcome and thank you for joining us. Please engage with us. There's comments. You can leave comments. And Johanna in Timmins, Ontario is going to be monitoring all those and engaging, and I'll be tuning in on this computer right here from time to time to see what's being said and what we're talking about. And the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree comes from Don. Unfortunately, Don's not going to be able to join us here tonight. I thought he might be a special secret guest, but his day job and work life has interfered. So we'll be dipping in and out of the Christmas spirit tonight. And when we're in the Christmas spirit and doing just a hint of Christmas, we'll turn the light on with a little theme song, and then we'll come back to the regular program. So Christmas shows, regular show, Christmas show, regular show. Let's get started. I have a new CD out that I just put out in September. It's called Until One Day, and this is the first song off that. It seems appropriate to start the show with this. It's called Are You Ready?
Sense it in your skin. The train has left the station, and it's time to sink or swim. Are you ready? It's time to earn the pennies from those who pay for thoughts. That's the way it goes. 'Cause yesterday is over, and the road to here was rough, and you're finally in the moment, and you've waited long enough. Are you ready to begin? Are you ready to commence? Come together, get off the fence. Mr. Romeo was nothing without Miss Juliet. The band has started cooking, and the table has been set. Are you ready? It's time to earn the pennies from those who pay for thoughts. That's the way it rolls. 'Cause yesterday is over, and the road to here was rough, and you're finally in the moment, and you've waited long enough. na 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 na. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Na 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 na.
Thank you very much. Should also mention this is only my second Facebook Live show, so I'm still getting used to the technology. So Johanna's been helping me out, and I got to say a shout out to Maurice O'Coin from out this way in Waverly Fall River, I guess. And yeah, he's loaned me some gear. He talked me through the process for the second time, and so thank you, Maurice. I think you're watching. I appreciate that. I asked for requests the other day and got a bunch, and so I'm going to try and work as many of those in as possible. And we had a couple of requests for this one here called The Average Man. Goes like this.
He's an average man in an average town. He owns a mortgage on the middle ground. The man we measure against the rest, he's not right wing or too far left. He's an average man in an average town. He does good work with good strong hands. He likes the job but had other plans. He thought of college but couldn't afford the price to join all the room and board. Now he's a working man in an average town. He marries young, around 23. The first 10 years go decently, until his wife accidentally met this average man's girlfriend, Paulette. Now he's a divorced man in an average town. He left 2 kids in his old ex-home. He talks most days on the telephone. He likes to raise them every other weekend, and his dear Paulette's now his ex-girlfriend. A common tale in an average town. He marries a gal for the company. He works, pays bills, and serves TV. He likes life better at a slower pace, waiting on a pension that young man race. Just killing time in an average town. His skin turns old and his hair goes gray. His kids have kids and they move away. And now he thinks about days gone by and why he did all he did in his life. Like any old man in an average town. He dies one day at 72, quite naturally, as most men do. His stone's like many, not worse, not best. Our average man will get an average rest. He's an average man in an average town. He owns a mortgage on the middle ground. The man we measure against the rest, he's not right wing or too far left. He's an average man in an average town. average man lying 6 feet down. Just a memory in an average town.
That's called The Average Man. And we got a message here. We have a few Lighthouse requests. There you go. So thank you. Yeah. Just a quick little tuning. So this is a hint of Christmas, and it wouldn't be a hint of Christmas if we didn't play any Christmas music, so it's time to make the transition. And because it's Don's tree, and Don should be here, but he's not able, every time we hit the tree, we're going to do a little theme song in honor of my brother Don. Earl and TMG sponsoring the whole show, but this section, the Hint of Christmas section, is sponsored by my brother Don. For all your Don needs, call Don. Don is standing by.
You better not shout, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Dawn is coming to town, Santa Dawn is coming to town, Santa Dawn is coming to town.
So now we're into the Christmas spirit. I thought we would do a little song called Christmas Time at Home with the Family. And this is, of course, off of our Sons of Maxwell Instant Christmas CD. And the song is kind of self-explanatory, but it's about coming home to see your family and the important things that matter most.
Spent some time in a Greyhound line for a ticket to take me away. Now the Christmas lights are shining bright in the towns we pass on the way. I've been running around, now I'm homeward bound. It's been a while and I'm longing to see Christmas time at home with the family. The bus arrives on time by 9. I hope to be sitting at home where we'll sing with Bing and old Jim Reeves to songs written so long ago. And I may be wrong, but I think those old songs help to paint the perfect scene of Christmas time at home with the family. I remember childhood Christmas Eves, the reindeer snacks and tinsel trees, and dreaming of what I might find from Santa Claus. And through all the miles I've left behind, I've reached a point where now I find the greatest gift is the presence of the ones you love. I have read and heard it said that a rover can never go home, but the ones who wrote those words or spoke them could never have known what I know. I've seen a million places and smiling faces, but nothing quite does it for me like Christmas time at home with the family.
Christmas time at home with the family. Christmas time at home with the family. Thank you very much. So we'll dip out of the Christmas hint of Christmas now. So we'll see you later. We'll come back to Don and his theme song in just a little while. I have some comments here. People admiring my plaid. So for the people who know me, you know that I don't just like plaid, I love plaid. I believe that every man, every classy man should have 3 clean plaid shirts in his closet to start each day. 1 to put on, and then 2 so that when he comes home, if something classy happens, he's got an option. So I love plaid. If the world was on fire and people said the only way to put this fire out is to collect all the plaid shirts and dump them on the fire to smother the flames, I'd probably do it to save the world. But part of me would be saying, let it burn. That's how much I love plaid. So I love my plaid shirts. When the World Stops Ending. That's a song off of my new CD. And the CD is called Until One Day, and all of the songs on there, there's 11 songs, and all of them are originals, and I wrote all of them by myself except for this one here. And this was co-written with my friend Jamie Robinson. He's also a producer and a really talented session guy and all-around great musician. And he lives not too far from me, but when the pandemic started, we had that first lockdown in March or April or May of 2020, whatever that was. I think we were all sort of bummed out a little bit and wondering what this was going to be. We'd never seen anything like it before, and there was a lot of uncertainty. And so I came up with this idea for a song called When the World Stops Ending. And I called him and I said, do you want to try and write this together? And so he said, okay. And so we did it over Zoom, and we wrote the song over Zoom over 2 quick sessions. And we liked it enough to say we should probably record it. And so we recorded the whole thing. The whole song started with really no one ever being in the room together, which I'd never done before. We wrote it separately. We recorded our parts separately and brought them together. And Dave Gunning and Picto mixed this one. And it was mastered. And we did a music video you can see on YouTube. Josh Parley in Ontario, he did a really good job of taking whatever footage we gave him and finding stock footage and came up with this thing. So it was a bunch of people contributing virtually, never in the same room, and that was kind of weird. But the song came out really nicely, I thought, and it goes like this. Oops. When the world stops ending and we catch our breath, will we know ourselves better at all? What will life look like and what will be left? Will we have the same problems to solve? When the world stops ending and we're back on our feet, what will we do with our time? Will we place our importance on the bitter or sweet and leave what is best left behind? From here to Manhattan, I hope that it happens. We love so much better than ever before, and find buried treasure in the moments we measure, and help one another
without keeping score. When the world stops ending once more. When the world stops ending and we hit restart, what will be first on our list? Will we fill every moment from daylight to dark to make up for all that we missed? Will a new light erase? Will our fear be replaced when the world stops ending? Yeah, from here to Manhattan, I hope that it happens. We love so much better than ever before, and find buried treasure in the moments we measure, and help one another without keeping score. When the world stops ending from here to Manhattan, I hope that it happens. We love so much better than ever and never before, and find buried treasure in the moments we measure, and help one another without keeping score. When the world stops ending and we catch our breath, will we know ourselves better at all?
Thank you very much. Let's see if I can get some comments, because I'm not dialed into the right spot. Let's see. Oh yeah, wow, 142 comments. That's a lot of comments. Appreciate everybody jumping in. All right. Okay. Ooh. We had a few requests. Eric White and Al Polk from Timmins, some blasts from the past, asked for this song called 16 for a while. I wrote this when I was probably 23 or 24 at the most, and I wanted to write. It was one of the first songs that I'd written, and I felt nostalgic. I felt like I had grown so much since I was 16 at the time, so I wanted to write a song about the old days, and didn't realize or think that maybe 30 years later I'd be singing that song and have a different opinion about life in general, maybe, or an evolved opinion. But there's a great band named Celtic Connection in Newfoundland who recorded this song a few years back, and they made a hit of it in Newfoundland. And it's not really well known outside of Newfoundland, but it's really well known in Newfoundland. And I had a chance to go there with a group. I'm in a business group called ELP 12, and we get together a few times a year. So everybody from ELP who might be watching, how's it going? And we were in Newfoundland and in St. John's, and we went to this bar, and there were some guys playing there, and I had heard that everyone in Newfoundland knew this song. So I asked them, I said, have you ever heard of the song 16 for a while? And they said, yeah, of course. And I said, I wrote the song, I'd like to hear it. And they didn't know that I'd written it, but they played it, and it was really cool. It was kind of like a career highlight to sit back in a room where nobody knows you wrote a song that was popular, and everybody sort of ran onto the dance floor. The doormen came in, left their position at the door to come in and dance a bit and sing all the words, and everyone was having a good time, and I thought that was probably one of the coolest things So it doesn't always matter who sings the song, but it's kind of neat to see a song take on a life of its own. So this is called 16 for a While.
I returned to my hometown yesterday, and my life before my eyes came flashing back. So much has changed and the faces look so strange. Sometimes I wish that I was young again. But if I close my eyes, think I'm back to happier times, I can be 16 years old for a while. Honest friendships, high school dances, innocent and short romances. Life was simple, but it sure was good somehow. And I drove to an old beach last night, a place I used to go not long ago. And walking barefoot in the sand, I saw two people holding hands, falling in love for their first time. But if I close my eyes, think I'm back to happier times, I can be 16 years old for a while. Honest friendships, high school dances, innocent and oh so romances. Life was simple, but it sure was good somehow. Now I'm older, I guess, a little wiser, experiences added to my name. But I can't help but feel that I've traded part of who I am along the way. But if I close my eyes, think I'm back to happier times, I can be 16 years old for a while. Honest friendships, high school dances, innocent and short romances. Life was simple, but it sure was good somehow. When I close my eyes, think I'm back to happier times, I can be 16 years old for a while. Honest friendships, high school dances, innocent and short romances. Life was simple, but it sure was good somehow.
16 for a while. I wanted to mention too that Brian and Phyllis, they were the ones who requested Christmas Time at Home. Brian and Phyllis, they're not two people, they're one person. They do everything together. They're a great couple from Pictou County. They saw Don and I perform at a festival probably 25 years ago. And for some reason, they liked us from the first time they saw us. And we've been lucky that they've been our friends for forever. So I think they're watching. So thanks for tuning in yet again, Brian and Phyllis. I thought I would dig into the back catalog a little bit for this show. I haven't performed this song a whole lot, and it's from the Perfect Blue record, and it's a song about traveling, and when you're a traveling musician or traveling anything, it's hard to leave the people at home, and sometimes it's hard for the people that are left at home too. So this song is just saying that no matter how far you go away from people, they're never far from your mind when you love them. It's called Worlds Away.
Packing my bags again. Oh, it's apparent in your stare, a transoceanic plane. Oh, in 40 days have you scared? An ocean is so far away, that someone over there might take your place. But it's just water under empty space, and everywhere I go I see your face. Oh baby, we're so far from worlds away. 7 days come and go, oh, and sometimes truth it stings, but the further I go from home, oh, the more I see the same things. An ocean is not far away, and there's no one here who could ever take your place. 'Cause it's just water under empty space, and everywhere I go I see your face. Oh baby, we're so far from worlds away. Yeah, one ride from home in a boat or a plane, we're closer now than I know it seems. But even though it's far it seems, I'm coming back to you. Oh yeah. Under empty space, and everywhere I go I see your face. Oh baby, we're so far from worlds away. We're so far from worlds away. We're so far from worlds away.
Yeah, so that's Worlds Away. Someone talking about costume changes. There's no costume changes. It's plaid. Full plaid all the time. Let's see. Yeah, so 204 comments. Thank you, everybody. That's great. We have... Ooh, it's time for a hint of Christmas. And you know what that means. You better not shout, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why.
coming to town. Santa Dawn is coming to town. Santa Dawn is coming to town.
Welcome back to the Hint of Christmas portion of the show. Of course, TMG is sponsoring the entire show, but the Hint of Christmas portion is brought to you by my brother Don. For all your Don needs, call Don. Don is standing by. I'm going to do a little bit of a medley here. On our first record, we did a song that we, again, don't do a whole lot. And it's called Bleak Mid Winter, and I'm going to pair it up. It's not really a Christmas song. It's Let Your Heart Shine Bright off my new recording. And like I say, it's not a Christmas song. It wasn't written that way, but it is a song about letting your best self shine through, and that's what the whole Christmas spirit, I think, is about. So I think those two songs work well together. And it goes like this.
In the bleak midwinter, frosty wind made moan. Earth stood hard as iron, water like a stone. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow. In the bleak midwinter, long ago. Angels and archangels may have gathered there. Cherubim and seraphim throng the air, but his mother only in her maiden bliss worship thee, beloved, with a kiss. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow. In the bleak midwinter, long ago. Let your heart shine bright, let it go crazy. Shine a light where it's dark and shady. Give your love to the world and maybe all of our troubles will melt away. I was floating in the blackness with hate all around me, and poison on their tongues that burns the eyes. There's a knowing if I practice, like a shield all around me, that cuts above the noise and whispers in a voice to say, let your heart shine bright, let it go crazy. Shine a light where it's dark and shady. Give your love to the world and maybe all of our troubles will melt away. We heard it through the ages, the wisdom of the sages. The king of dreams was waiting on the day we could love one another like sisters and brothers, and learn how to forgive, 'cause love is all there is to know. Let your heart shine bright, let it go crazy. Shine a light where it's dark and shady. Give your love to the world and maybe all of our troubles will melt away. to forgive, 'cause love is all there is to know. Let your heart shine bright, let it go crazy. Shine a light where it's dark and shady. Give your love to the world and maybe all of our troubles will melt away. Let your heart shine bright, let it go crazy. Shine a light where it's dark and shady. Give your love to the world and maybe all of our troubles will melt away. I'll give a little love to the world and maybe all of our troubles will melt away.
Thank you. Hearts from my mom, Sheeran. My mom and dad watching, of course, tonight. My dad was hoping for a song he wrote called Closing the Mine. He always tries to get us to play that anytime we play live. He threatens us with giving it to Dave Gunning. If we don't start giving that song the attention it deserves, he's going to take it to Dave Gunning, and we'll be sorry then. Patricia Othmer. Nice to see you. That's appropriate, I think, that I just noticed that Patricia is from Timmins. I'm from Timmins, Ontario. And I'd like to do a song for a friend tonight. We just found out last night. I was practicing for this show and I got a message from a Timmins friend telling me that my old friend Ken Mattinen passed away. And he was a year older than me, but he was my best friend. One of my best friends at those important years were 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, that sort of thing. Ken and I did a lot together. We played basketball together on the same team, a lot of sleepovers. We did a lot of dangerous, stupid things together. And he had some troubles in the last few years and was really coming around. And just found out that he passed away yesterday. So wherever you are, Ken, I hope you're at peace and having a great time wherever you are. And I'd like to do this song for you. It's not a Christmas song, but we'll leave the lights on for Ken for this one. It's called The Place That I Call Home.
Winds prevail upon the Cabot Trail on Cape Breton's northern shore. And from those cliffs, it feels as if you're looking down through heaven's floor. And there's a spot where you can walk near the top of Sulphur Mountain, where the bighorn sheep high above Banff streets leaves your heart full as a fountain. And of all those places, those high up spaces, wherever I may roam, have I felt so grounded and so surrounded by a love I've never known, like the place that I call home. And I've seen firsthand the canyon grand in the state of Arizona. Like God's perfume, the cactus bloom from Tucson to Sedona. And the fields of wheat in the summer heat that reach across Nebraska, or the Northern Lights finale above the Matanuska Valley that light up all Alaska. But of all those places, those wide open spaces, from Austin clear to Nome, have I felt so lifted, so deeply gifted in a way I've never known. Like the place that I call home. It doesn't matter where it is, from sea to shining sea. It's anywhere that my heart lives. That's where home is to me. And of all those places, either small or spacious, from Calcutta to Cologne, am I at my best, where my soul can rest? For I never walk alone. Or have I felt God's grace ever bless a place in a way I have never known? Like the place that I call home, in the place that I call home.
It's for Ken. So I said that I would do a bunch of songs and maybe try some cover tunes. And I've been a fan of Ed Sheeran, appreciator of him for a long time, but never really tried an Ed Sheeran song. So I thought I came across this one that I like, and I tried to learn it for tonight. We'll see how that goes. I'll send it out to my goddaughter, Amy. She's been a huge fan of Ed Sheeran for a while, so I hope I do this justice and she likes it.
Took an arrow to the heart. I never kissed a mouth that tastes like yours. Strawberries and something more. Oh yeah, I want it all. Lipstick on my guitar. Ooh. Fill up the engine, we can drive real far. Go dancing underneath the stars. Oh yeah, I want it all. You got me feeling like wanna be that guy. Wanna kiss your eyes, wanna drink that smile, wanna feel like my soul's on fire. I wanna stay up all day and all night. Yeah, you got me feeling like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. When they say the party's over and we bring it right back, and you're like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. You wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when they say the party's over and we bring it right back into the car, and the backseat of a moonlit dark, wrap me up between your legs and arms. Oh yeah, I can end it all. You know you could tear me apart. Ooh, put me back together, take my heart. I never thought that I could love this hard. Oh, I can't get enough. You got me feeling like wanna be that guy, wanna kiss your eyes, wanna be that smile, wanna feel like I'm like my soul's on fire. I wanna stay up all day and all night. Yeah, you got me feeling like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. You wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when they say the party's over and we bring it right back, and you're like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when they say the party's over and we bring it right back, you burn so hot, you make me shiver with the fire. You got this thing we started, I don't want it to stop. You know you give me shiver. Baby, you burn so hot, you make me shiver with the fire. You got this thing we started, I don't want it to stop. You know you make me shiver. Yeah, you got me singing like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when you say the party's over, we bring it right back and we'll say, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when we're close up, give me the shivers. Oh, baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when they say the party's over and we bring it right back, yeah.
Well, Ed Sheeran. That's a good one. Where are we here? Oh, The Lies You Spin. Shift guitars for that again. My friend Todd Bardos from Pennsylvania asked for this song. He's a trial lawyer. No surprise that a trial lawyer wants a song called The Lies You Spin. There we go. Let me just check it. Incan likes the cover song. Thank you, Incan. Incan from Germany, I believe, if it's the Incan I'm thinking of. Up to 330 comments. That's a lot of comments. Once we finish with the show, I'll spend some time for sure going through and answering as many as I can. If you have a question or just want to say hello, please pop in and engage with us here. It's pretty cool. If you can't be in front of people, then this is a pretty cool tool to be able to engage with your friends and hear from people you haven't heard from in a while. These are strange times for sure, and so let's do as much connecting as we can here, especially the time of the year. Okay, we're doing The Lies You Spin.
Compass is spinning, you've gone and misplaced your faith. You're running the solo in a three-legged obstacle race, a fickle dance between conviction and compromise, and and the lies that you spin. You're caught in a war you won't win, 'cause there's love all around. How will you feel once you found you've gone and let your guard down? You paint on a canvas with colors you can't pronounce. You're praying for answers and you hope that it counts. All the things you stood behind are so far behind you now, and the lies that you spin. You're caught in a war you won't win, 'cause there's love all around. And how will you feel once you found you've gone and let your guard down? And all your Cape crusading, look at all the time you've wasted living in your armor-plated world that serves to hide the light and shield it from your eyes. And the lies that you spin, you're caught in a war you won't win, 'cause there's love all around. And how will it feel once you found you've gone and let your guard down? You've let your guard down. You've let your guard down. You've let your guard down. You've let your guard down.
It's called The Lies You Spin. Okay. This next song is off of the new recording, Until One Day. That's my son Flynn, by the way. We lived by a lake, and I had my camera one day, and he just happened to be by the sun on a real sunny day, and I thought, maybe what if I took a picture of him right in front of the sun, would he block it out? And I lucked out. I'm not a really great photographer, but if you take enough pictures, sometimes you get a dandy. That's her dog Maisie, so that became the album cover. And this song is on that, and I wrote this song for my kids. I was probably thinking of Flynn particularly when I wrote this one, but when Jill and I had kids, it occurred to me maybe the best thing you could do for your children would be to make sure that they knew they were loved unconditionally. And because then, no matter where they went in the world, they would know at least two people loved them for who they were, no matter what. And that they were loved by people unconditionally, two people at least. But because I'm an older dad, I became a father when I was 40, and so if things go the way they're supposed to, there will be a time where I will be gone and the kids will be on their own, and I wouldn't want them to feel like they'd lost the only two people that love them unconditionally. And so if I could have any influence over my kids, I thought maybe the best thing I could help them learn would be to love themselves. And if they love themselves, then no matter where they go, in any room they're ever at for the rest of their life, there'll be somebody in there that loves them unconditionally. And so that's what I'm trying to do. And that's what I was thinking about in the song. If you're lucky, I think there's probably 3 levels of luck in your life. And the first is that at some point, hopefully when you're younger, you see the spark and you realize that there's a giant in you. And you see that. And then as you get a little older, if you're lucky again, you get to know the giant in you a little bit. And then if you're fully actualized, if you get to that luckiest of all points in your life, you realize that you are and always have been the giant. And that's what I'm hoping for with my kids. And so I wrote the song for them. And I realized after I'd written it, it might as well have been about myself. And probably everyone else in the world is probably their harshest critic. And if we really knew who we were, like Marianne Williamson said, and that she wrote a thing about your greatest fear is knowing who you really are and what you're really powerful and capable of. That's what the message of this song is. And it's called The Giant.
There's nothing you could do, there's nothing you could say to cause the love I have for you to shrink or fade away. There's nothing about you I would change, but one thing I regret is that you don't recognize the giant I see as a yet. But I'm gonna work on you. Yes, I'm gonna work so hard on you. One day you will realize the impact that you made when you look behind and see the giant footprints that remain, and you love the one you've always been without being afraid. And I'll know my work is through when you see the giant in you. There's nothing more I want of you, but one thing that I fear is that you may never love the face that looks back in the mirror. And I know that my words are weak, but this is where we start, and they'll take on new meaning when you know them in your heart. 'Cause I'm gonna work on you. Yes, I'm gonna work so hard on you. One day you will realize the impact that you've made when you look behind and see the giant footprints that remain, and you'll love the one you've always been without being afraid. And I'll know my work is through when you know the giant in you. There's nothing you could do, there's nothing you could say to cause the love I have for you to shrink or fade away. 'Cause I'm gonna work on you. Yes, I'm gonna work so hard, and one day soon you'll know the giant is you.
It's called The Giant. And Tim Brody had asked for that one, so that's for you, Timmy. Tim in his request said, either play The Giant or Whole Lotta Love. I said I don't do Air Supply. So we did The Giant. Here's another slow one, then we'll pick it back up a little bit. Probably in 1997, I think, Don and I recorded a CD called The Neighborhood, and this was a song on there that a lot of people liked. And again, in pubs, you can't really play slow songs a whole lot in pubs. People don't want to hear them, so we didn't play it a whole lot, but this is a song called The Lighthouse, and we had a few requests for that. I think I wrote down, Jimmy Inch, the great Jimmy Inch. He was one of the Amigos and the United videos, and great singer-songwriter, and all-around one of these guys that just doesn't wait for to be an expert in something. He jumps in, and he ends up becoming an expert sooner than later when he does these things, but a really fun guy, and he popped out of nowhere on Facebook and asked for this song. And Donald Ferguson as well from Cape Breton, he asked for it, and also Tanis asked for it, and Matt Lewis. So my Matt Lewis story is when I first started playing in Ottawa, Don was still living in Timmins. He would come down, say, every other weekend. We'd play some pub shows, but I was still trying to get gigs and play as much as I could. And I used to play at this place called Crackers out in the west end of Ottawa. And it was this long, skinny bar, and I would play one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday per month. And it was a pretty bad gig. The pay was like $60 a night, and there was hardly anybody ever there. And so there would be times where you could smoke in the bar at the time, and there would be 3 or 4 men at the bar just sort of not even hanging out together, just sitting there and smoking their cigarettes. And they would be watching me, and they wouldn't applaud after any song. They would just watch me to see if they could make me crumble with their indifference after every song. And but this guy named Matt Lewis used to come in, and he was kind of like the first person who believed in my original stuff. And he didn't know me. He wasn't my friend. That's not why he was there. He was there because he liked the music. And so Matt would come in on at least one of those nights all the time and sit with Tamara, the bartender, and I would sing to them too and try out new stuff, because it's important when you're just trying to get something going that you find people that believe in what you're doing. And Matt Lewis was one of those guys. So Matt, this is for you, buddy.
After midnight, there's a drizzle in the air, and the streets are all but clear. Listening to my shoes keep rhythm in the night. On the corner you appear. Yes, I am aware of what you sell, but that's all right by me. My heart's been aching, and I would gladly pay for comfort and serenity. And it may be wrong, but looking through the eyes of a man who's known more lows than highs, I'll take whatever love you've got to share. It sure beats loneliness, and God, I hate it there. In a place where the ocean seldom rests, there's a lighthouse near a cove, and it was thought to be a warning to all those who dared to sail too close. But I have come to understand it differently, to see the lighthouse as a friend who understands when you have journeyed all you can and reaches out to you instead. And the light like God extends across the sea, searching out lost souls like me. when the winds of change begin to blow, I'll whisper you're my lighthouse, in case you didn't know. In case you didn't know.
Called Lighthouse. $428 comments. Thank you for engaging so much, everybody. It's nice to know. It is a little weird if you don't see the engagement. It's kind of like you're just singing to a wall. So, not that I'm saying I've never done that before, but I'm working my phone too. Let's see. Steve Stewart's making a comment. Oh, okay. He's bribing me for songs. There's another one of my old friends from Timmins, Steve Stewart. And okay, Two Hearts. Two Hearts is another song off the new record. It's a bubbly little number.
Ended for the social lights. The bar's been tended, kill the lights. Walking home I saw a meteorite and watched it die in the glow. The sky was lit up like a Christmas tree, but only temporarily. Just as love has been eluding me, there's something you need to know. Lately I've been missing you. Maybe you're lonesome, and if that's true, let me know. Our candles burning long and bright, 'cause I've been learning love will outlast the rain. If two hearts can fuel the flame. Once upon a time we met that night. The moon was jealous of our light. I got nervous and I meant to take flight, but somehow I couldn't go. You held the fragrance of a fine perfume. I felt my cadence moving you. Wet my lips upon your witch's brew, and now I'm longing to show. Lately I've been missing you. Maybe you're lonesome, and if that's true, let me know. Our candles burning long and bright, 'cause I've been learning love will outlast the rain. If two hearts can fuel the flame. I've been missing you. Maybe you're lonesome, and if that's true, let me know. Our candles burning long and bright, 'cause I've been learning love will outlast the rain. If two hearts can fuel the flame. Long and bright, 'cause I've been learning love will outlast the rain. If two hearts can fuel the
It's called Two Hearts. So the message, the message I just talked about was, I got to do this first. The message that I just referenced from my friend Steve Stewart, he said there'll be a little something extra in my stocking if I do this next song. And it is a Christmas song. So we're getting into a hint of Christmas. It's time to get the light on. Of course, TMG is sponsoring this, the Mortgage Group in Earl. But this portion of the show, the Hint of Christmas portion, is sponsored by my brother Don. For all your Don needs, call Don. Don is standing by. You better not pout, you better not cry, you better not shout, I'm telling you why. Santa Dawn is coming to town, Santa Dawn is coming to town, Santa Dawn is coming to town. There you go. There's the theme song. Make a quick switch. Actually, I don't need this. I need this guitar. What am I thinking? Yeah. So what Steve doesn't know is that this song was always on the set list, but now he's committed to giving me money to play this one. So that's the way she rolls. How are we doing with the comments? 463 comments. Don getting some shout outs. And yeah, that's awesome. My mom Sheeran working the line here too. Of course, my mom still does all the mail order. She's been doing it for years. And way back in the day, before the internet, Don and I we're older than the internet. And Don and I would travel all over the place, and we'd always have our CDs until sometimes we would sell out, or we would play a show somewhere in Canada, and we'd finish, and somebody might want a CD the week after we left town. So they'd have to find a way to get them, and as an indie band, they weren't in stores everywhere we went. And so people would have to kind of be private detectives, and they would find my mom's address in Timmins somehow, and they would send a letter, handwritten letter saying, "Dear Mom of the Sons, we love your son's music. We'd like to buy a CD. Here's $20 in cash." And my mom Sharon was always touched that somebody trusted her with their $20 in cash. And so she would knit them a dishcloth as packing for the CDs. And we still have fans to this day who still have those dishcloths that speak about her quality craftsmanship when it comes to her knitting. And yeah, so she's still doing that. Oh, I should mention as well, I've been talking about this for far too long, but Tom the Tomato Plant, I wrote a kid's book. It's called Tom the Tomato Plant. And here it is right here. It feels great. It's hard. And it's 8.5 by 11.5. The illustrations are really rich. You know, things like that. And I would lie down in bed with the kids at night, putting to bed, and sometimes they would ask for a story. I would riff them a story off the top of my head, and just whatever came in. And kids are brutally honest, so a lot of times I would finish my stories, and they would say, "Dad, that story sucks." But I came up with this idea once for a story about a tomato plant named Tom, and at the end of it, the kids were like, "Dad, that's actually not a bad story." And so I decided to finish it off, and I worked hard at doing that, and I shared it with my friend Paul Tuffanello from Timmins, and Paul was kind enough to take me under his wing because he's an author and a longtime teacher, so he understands how to write for kids and that sort of thing. So he really helped out, and this book wouldn't be possible and exist if it weren't for Paul Tuffanello. So thank you, Paul. And so Tom is a tomato plant. He was always smaller than all the rest. His earliest memory was driving in the farmer's market van they were going to be given to the farmer's market to be sold, and he was smaller than all the rest, so they put him at the back of the table. And they were surrounded by much bigger, robust tomato plants, and the farmer was nice, but not overly careful because they had so much to do. Sometimes they would give too much water, sometimes not enough water. And throughout the season, everybody was picking up all the other plants and taking them home, to the point that Tom eventually was the only tomato plant left on the table. And he was dejected. He realized he might never have a home. And one day, a family came by, and there was a little girl in the mix, and she looked over and she saw him, and she said, "Mommy, why is that tomato plant all by itself?" And she persuaded the family to come over and take an interest, and they talked it over, and she persuaded them to take them home. So Tom got a forever home, and they brought him home, and they gave him everything he needed to be his best self. They gave him a brand new pot with all this great soil and watered him with just enough water every day. And he tried to reach for the sun, and he knew he would never get there, but he tried and stretched every day to try and get as close to the sun as possible. And eventually he grew 4 great tomatoes for the family, and they thanked him for his hard work and everything, and they brought the tomatoes in, and he was sitting out there late in the season, and he started to notice that his vines were withering because he'd been there for such a long time. He never really noticed because he was enjoying his life so much, and the gratitude that he felt for the family. And then it started to snow, and so at the end of the story, Tom goes to sleep, and I let the readers decide what that means. But it's a great story, and it comes with a song. So the giant song that I did earlier, I've added the sheet music and a QR code to get the song. So Tom the Tomato Plant has its own theme song and sheet music in the back of it. And I've got a bookmark that comes with Tom the Tomato Plant, and it's branded with my new CD on the back and Tom the Tomato there. But the cool thing is that it also comes with seed paper on the back. So that's tomato seed paper in the shape of a tomato. And the idea is that you can peel that off and stick it in some soil, and you can grow your own tomatoes and give those tomatoes a forever home, and go through the cycle of life process and let kids experience that as well at home. So I'm hoping people will want to become a Tom the Tomato Mate. And Johanna's in the comments. She'll tell you how to do that, but essentially it's going to my website and just signing up to be a Tom the Tomato Mate. And when the book's finally here, I was told yesterday that it might actually be in the Port of Vancouver now. It's way delayed, like a lot of things, I guess. So that's just the way it is. But we can't get it here for Christmas, obviously. But the next best thing for me for a story like this is Valentine's Day. So I'm going to be releasing it on Valentine's Day officially at the Halifax Library. They're going to support this release. On Sunday, February 13th, I'm going to the Halifax Library to release Tom the Tomato Plant on the World. And hopefully we'll get it into a bunch of kids' hands and teach them about compassion and resilience, seeing yourself in others, and loving yourself and living a life of gratitude. So that's what Tom the Tomato Plant's about. And that has nothing to do with this song, except we are in the Christmas component here. And this is called Cape Breton Christmas Eve. And it's for Steve.
On a Christmas Eve in the middle of Cape Breton, there's a couple of old friends drinking, and they're telling old stories about past glories. When Cecil McKay gets to thinking, he says, "Let's have some fun, I'll get the guns, Johnny, you get the beer and a light." There's nothing quite like the thrill of hunting deer at night. Now a sober man might question that plan, but Seaside had stuck in his mind, and they hadn't gone far when he cries out to Johnny, "I think we hit the jackpot this time." 'Cause up on the roof of old Rory Magooch stood 8 little bucks in a row, and the one in front had a strangely familiar nose. He was crazed and dazed, but none the worse for wear, while old St. Nick was up to his old trick, climbing chimneys everywhere. He got ego bruised and confused at the welcome he'd received. Now Santa Claus won't soon forget that Cape Breton Christmas Eve. On a account of bad aim, old Rudolph was saved. And Santa was mad but alive. When they saw what they'd done, they called 911. And the Mounties were quick to arrive. They explored legal options, and Santa Claus stopped them, unwilling to put them away. He couldn't leave the boys in jail on Christmas Day. He was crazed and dazed, but none the worse for wear. While old Saint Nick was up to his old trick, climbing chimneys everywhere. He got ego bruised and confused at the welcome he'd received. Now Santa Claus won't soon forget that Cape Breton Christmas Eve. Despite a sore back and a rip in his pants, old Santa turned jolly again. So they gave him boost to get back on a roof, and a quick shot of rum for the pain. Then he made himself clear to the gun-shy deer that the boys were both full of remorse. And with a big belly laugh, he took off on a westerly course. He was crazed and dazed, but none the worse for wear. While old Saint Nick was up to his old trick, climbing chimneys everywhere. He got ego bruised and confused at the welcome he received. Now Santa Claus won't soon forget that Cape Breton Christmas Eve. Now Santa Claus won't soon forget that Cape Breton Christmas Eve.
For all our friends in Cape Breton, thank you. It was also Lisa Weatherhead wanted to hear that. I'm not sure if Lisa's from Cape Breton or not, but we love Lisa. Here's a song called the Zippidy Do Day song. When I first wrote it, I thought I'd written the masterpiece for Cialis or Viagra. The chorus is, she puts the zip in my Zippity Doo Dah Day. So I haven't heard back from them yet, but maybe one day they'll come calling.
She puts the zip in my Zippity Doo Dah Day. She's my color in a world muddled in shades of gray. When she's around, I have found it feels like a holiday. She puts zip in my Zippity Doo Dah Day. I've drifted round this big old world, going from town to town, until I met Miss Daisy. I was lost, now I'm found. So if I am away from her too long, I'm quick to find that I'm zipping on home for Zippity Doo Dah time. She puts the zip in my Zippity Doo Dah Day. Zip, zip, Zippity Doo Dah. She's my color in a world muddled in shades of gray. When she's around, I have found it feels like a holiday. She puts zip in my Zippity Doo Dah Day. I see so many lonely zombie people everywhere. They're zippity-da-dooless in a state of disrepair. So now I'm walking straight and true, doing all I can, so I can't stay her zippity-doo-dah man. She puts the zip in my Zippity-Doo-Dah Day. Zip, zip, Zippity-Doo-Dah. She's my color in a world muddled in shades of gray. When she's around, I have found it feels like a holiday. She puts zip in my Zippity-Doo-Dah Day. She puts zip in my Zippity-Doo-Dah Day. Zip, zip. She puts zip in my Zippity-Doo-Dah. Hooray and hippity-hoo-ha. She puts zip in my Zippity-Doo-Dah Day.
550 comments. Sandra Capeless Sween from Sherwood Park, Alberta, born in Timmins. You may know Deborah and Danny Hurley. They're related to my wife's family. They live in Sherwood Park too. Cool. Earl from the Mortgage Group asked for a little Johnny Cash. And I just happen to have a little Johnny Cash. So we'll send this out to Earl Smith.
Well, I hear that train a-comin', it's coming around the back. I ain't seen the sun rises, I don't know where. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom prison, time keeps dragging on. When I hear that train a-going down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. Well, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that train a-going, I hang my head and cry. Well, I bet there's lots of rich folks in a fancy dining car, probably drinking coffee, smoking big cigars. I know I had it coming, I know I can't go free. When I hear that train a-going, that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if this railroad train was mine, you know I'd move it further, further down the line. Far from Folsom prison, baby, that's where I long to be. And I let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. So I hear that train a-comin', it's coming round a bend. I ain't seen the sunrise since I don't know when. When I'm stuck in Folsom prison, time keeps dragging on. When I hear that train a-going down to San Antonio, all aboard. Little Johnny Cash. Tina in New Jersey says she's chair dancing. Thanks for tuning in, Tina. Appreciate it. You're welcome, Earl. So this is I had a few requests. It actually wasn't on the list because I often do it. I thought maybe I wouldn't do it tonight, but Lisa Mullins and Bev Chevrier and Kara Scott asked for this song, and it tends to get a lot of requests, so I'm happy to do it again. And I got some news too that's really cool about this song. This song's called Now. It's about living in the present moment, and I was inspired by this song after reading Eckhart Tolle's book called The Power of Now. And in it, he said that if you're living in the past, if you're carrying weight from past things, or you're worried about anxiety, or you have anxiety about things that haven't even happened yet, that you're technically insane because the only moment that we have is this one. And I thought that was pretty profound. And so I thought maybe I'd try and write a song about that. And I did that back in 2007, maybe. And wrote the song, and it came really easy. It just sort of, spilled out onto the page type of thing. And kind of drives you crazy sometimes when you work so hard on the song and it's just kind of average, and then you don't have the formula. You don't know why sometimes things just happen, but it's a simple song, and it seems to hit people in the heart. And
it's found its way to people that needed to hear it in some of their most desperate times or some of their times of transition. There have been people who have asked to play this song on their deathbeds. There have been people that have felt like committing suicide and listened to this song. I even know somebody who sent me a printout, and I think she had something like 5,400 plays of this song over a 10-year period. And she had it on iTunes, and the printout showed how many times that she'd played the song. So, yeah, big honor. And the cool news I'm talking about is there's a feature film being shot and developed. It's not fully greenlit yet, but they're at the movie trailer stage. They have the actors and everything, and they want to use this song as the theme song of the movie. So I don't think I've ever had a song in a movie before, and they just don't want the song like as though they're plucking one of the 75 million songs off iTunes. They actually love the message. They love the stories behind that I shared about the song, and they've been really nice and kind and inclusive, getting my opinion on stuff and making sure that the song will be treated well. And so the movie's called Catch of the Day, and it's in development right now. So I'm hoping that it actually happens, and that I can tell you one day how you can watch this movie with the song called Now in it.
When there's no way out, there's still a way through. So don't give up, whatever you do. Surrender to moments and things that they are, from the gaps in your catch-22s. When there's no way out, there's still a way through. 'Cause now's all there is, so peaceful and still. And now you don't worry about what's happened or what will. 'Cause now never ends, and now's never been. And all of your answers are waiting for you here now. When your world stands tough and weighing you down, and you've had enough of this merry-go-round, and your resistance to walls you won't move, and running through old deja vus. When there's no way out, there's still a way through. 'Cause now's all there is, so peaceful and still. And now you don't worry about what's happened or what will. 'Cause now never ends, and now's never been. And all of your answers are waiting for you here now. And when you don't understand how things got so far away from all you planned, and your life it feels so hard in your fragile house of cards, turn to your cornerstone when you're tired and feel alone, to find your way through. 'Cause now's all there is, so peaceful and still. And now you don't worry about what's happened or what will. 'Cause now never ends, it now's never been, and all of your answers lie waiting for you here now.
It's called Now. And I see that I said Tina was from New Jersey. My apologies. She's from Brooklyn. That's a giant insult, I know. I'm sorry, Tina. Got a message here. Don says to turn off the tree. You can't sponsor the whole show. That's right. Okay, bye, Don. All right. I'm going to tune up for this one. I keep switching back in between guitars because this has a different tuning on it. And it's a lot of work to keep changing the tuning, so that's why I'm going back and forth. I'm going to send this out to Jared Dooley in Fredericton if he's watching. He said he would be tuning in. He's part of my business group called ELP12F, and which stands for the Entrepreneurial Leadership Program. And I have a new T-shirt out for Until One Day. It's a black T-shirt that has the cover of the CD on it in a kind of a cool way. It's not like exactly the cover, but it's very, very close to it. And Jared wins the prize so far. He bought 5 shirts. He says he's going to wear one a week. I'm assuming it's like business. He's going to wear one on business days and take the weekends off and wash them and then start again. But he likes this song, so I'll do it for him.
Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? I got a bad desire. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. Tell me now, baby, is he good to you? Does he do to you the things that I do? I can take you higher. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull, cut a 6-inch valley through the middle of my soul. At night I wake up with the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of my head. I got a bad desire. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. Times it's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull, cut a 6-inch valley through the middle of my soul. At night I wake up with the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of my head. I can take you higher. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. Hey little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone?
Well, guess what, guys? This is probably going to be the last song. I think I had a 2-hour time limit. I was only going to play for an hour, and I see that I did another horrible job at estimating the amount of time it's going to take me to play a show. But 665 comments later. I don't know how many people checked it out, but thank you very much for coming. I didn't know I was going to be playing a show last week. Johanna lit a fire under me, and some people had asked. And I thought maybe I wouldn't play a show, but then we just said, well, why don't we try it for Monday? So we only had like 6 days to get ready for this, and I'm glad we did it. It was a lot of fun, and again, a special thanks to Earl and TMG at the Mortgage Group for sponsoring this. The $500 he gave, we're going to split it up. I'm going to take some of the money, buy groceries, and cook a meal with my family to bring down to the Metro Turning Point to feed the homeless men there, and a very great cause. And the rest of the money, and there will be some, I suppose, left, probably $200 or $300, I will give to the Feed Nova Scotia organization. So, if nothing else, this was well worth it to give to people, especially this time of year. Thank you to Johanna for minding the store and watching the comments. Thank you to my brother Don for the tree, and Nova Scotia Buzz for streaming it on their site. It's nice to maybe have some fresh eyeballs and ears on my music, and to everybody who's bought a CD or Tom the Tomato Mate, people signing up to be Tom the Tomato Mates, appreciate it very much. Have a great Christmas and take care of each other. All of this crazy pandemic stuff will end one day, and I think it's important that we remember that we were always more connected with each other than we weren't. I think polarization is the biggest threat to us right now, and if anything, this season is an opportunity to heal some wounds and to build some strength in our friendships going forward. So, Merry Christmas, everybody, from me to you, and thanks for tuning in. This song's called Oceanside Again. We'll see you later.
I love the ocean, I'm from Nova Scotia, and summer's in the air, and I'm heading to my cabin where crazy things happen when my friends meet me there. Rush hour ain't pretty, the heat in the city, it can get me down sometimes, so I'm seeking relief with my friend Alex Keith and a great big bottle of wine. Ranting and raving, we're misbehaving, but that's alright now and then. Getting tight, having fun, we ain't hurting anyone. Oceanside again. The night is falling and darkness is calling, but the fun's just begun. 'cause we'll sit around the fire until the wee hours and greet the morning sun. We'll dance a little 'cause Tom's got his fiddle, and he'll be ripping out a reel. And try as I may, no words can convey how good it feels to be ranting and raving. We're misbehaving, but that's alright now and then. Getting tight, having fun, we ain't hurting anyone. Oceanside again. I've had a great time, the weekend's been so fine, and I'm sad it has to end. But I hope and I pray we soon make our way to this old cabin again, to be ranting and raving and misbehaving, but that's alright now and then. Getting tight, having fun, we ain't hurting anyone. Oceanside again. One more time. Ranting and raving, we're misbehaving, but that's alright now and then. Getting tight, having fun, we ain't hurting anyone. Oceanside again.
Merry Christmas, everybody. And Happy New Year. Bye-bye.